Welcome, model workers. This is your friendly Evergen 24 coming at you with a special unboxing of Munchkin Dungeon. I got the big ol' edition of it, so I'm going to go ahead and be doing an unboxing of this. Alright, so first things first, gotta take it down because the box is huge. So this is a live unboxing. I'm gonna scoot the camera. You can see I'm in my workshop, not the studio. One, there's a lot of more room down here, and I have a special phone mount. So what I'm going to be doing is cutting this open. I have not looked. I've actually not even watched an unboxing. So this is going to be you're going to hear my first reactions on this as well. It's going to be a one take and done type deal. Ow. Cut my finger earlier. Not doing modeling, working on the car. Not exactly bright, I get it. But yeah, I've got the phone set up. I've got a microphone right here hooked to my phone. So audio should be pretty good. All right, first up, bubble wrap. Ha! Gotta love the bubble wrap. Okay, so let's do a quick gander. I'm going to take you off the mount of what all's in the box. This is what came in the box and how it was packed. And now we'll start slowly taking everything out of the box, a piece at a time, and looking at it. Now, my brothers have been wanting to play this game, so more than likely, coming up soon, we'll play a couple games and then we'll sit down and actually make a video to show how to play this. It does have a lot of miniatures in it, and it is Munchkin. Extra dice set, I believe I added that on. Extra villain dice, I would have had to add that on too. And colored dice, I remember that one being an add-on. So if you play Munchkin, you realize that they have these things called bookmarks. These are the different bookmarks. You can usually play one per game in a real game of Munchkin. And this one is the bookmark of technical workout. You tear this bookmark apart to defeat any monster. So these things are usually like a one and done. Looks like there's about 8 of them in here. I'm not going to go over all of them. I'll do that for a different video. Like I said, this is going to be a unboxing video. All right. So, and it's been a while since I've even looked on what I was supposed to get. This is the Munchkin Board Silly. It's an expansion for the dungeon board game. You get 5 different monsters, loot shelves, whole bunch of loot cards, threats, monster rooms, rule leaflets, and you can see the information. So that was an expansion to the original game. This is also another expansion, and it's the cute as a button. As you can see, here's all the different things that are in it. It's another expansion. It adds a whole bunch of new stuff. These are both, of course, you need the base game, which we'll be getting to here in just a moment. All right, so here's the legendary pack. Here is the undead horse, and here is the crawling hand. These two are miniatures. Not 100% sure what this one is. We'll go ahead and have a sneak peek. Like I said, I probably should have looked up the Kickstarter. So, in this one, I believe it's another expansion. You get a set of dice and cards to add to the game. So, these look like loot cards and treasure cards. So, it's a type of expansion. Cool beans. These are 2 miniatures, as you can see on them. It's the undead horse. I'll go ahead and pull this out since it'll be the easiest to show like what the miniatures look like. Here's the undead horse miniature. So it's kind of cool. And then you have the crawling hand. And they, of course, have their own cards. They're inside the boxes. And it's kind of stuck in there, so I'm not going to go ripping it out. But here's this. So that's the type of miniatures you get. They're kind of neat. All right, looks like we've got another expansion. This is the Cthulhu Dungeon expansion. These are all the miniatures that you get into it. So you get 5 monsters, a whole bunch of madness tokens, and some other stuff. So here is another one. If you didn't know this game is made by Cool Mini or not, having to keep rearranging and dropping stuff everywhere. Clang, 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 clang. All right. All right, so this is the Epic board. This is the actual nice board instead of the one that's originally included. So that's an upgrade. Here is the Munchkin Dungeon side quest. And once again, it's an expansion. You get 4 heroes, 4 hero dashboards, 6 monster figures, the loot, the empty room cards, threats, and everything else. Here's the miniatures that you get. So this is I guess you could say a large box expansion. Okay, so this is the box of holding. If you play Munchkin, you know they have the box of holdings that you can add in. This one has the Super Munchkin figures. It has monsters, everything else. It is an add-on, so it's an expansion, but it's an expansion designed to hold, I believe, everything else. Which, if you know Cool Mini, or not Cool Mini, but Munchkin products, this is pretty standard fare for their type of what they type. Dang, so excited! I can't even I can't keep my words straight. So now that we have been here and we've seen everything that was in the Kickstarter, like I said, if I remember correctly, this is the deluxe one. Pretty sure I ordered the deluxe one. So here is the actual dungeon game. This is what you will get if you just buy the dungeon game. The premise is relatively similar to Munchkin, except it's done with miniatures. Of course, the game's different, but it's different, but kind of the same. You get 2 Super Munchkin figures, 8 the dashboards, 5 hero figures, 5 dashboards, 10 monster figures, boss monsters, the dungeon board, which we have the upgrade for, loot cards, threat cards, coin cards, threat tokens, etc., etc., etc. Play 2 to 5, 14 years and older, and it's a 60 to 90 minute game. But you can see some of the stuff if you enjoy Dork Tower, or if you're a fan of Munchkin, the original one, then this is definitely a game you should look into. I don't off the top of my head know what the MSRP. Yes, my nails are dirty. I was working on my car and I was crawling and touching the exhaust and everything else today. So I promise I take a shower. It's just yeah, I just got a little bit grimy washing the car earlier, and I really wanted to do this. I did a tour of my downstairs studio earlier over on Models Workshop Facebook group, and that's facebook.com/the Models Workshop. And so I know I said I was going to do that type, but I think honestly, to get a good feel of what you're getting, barring the expansions, you need to actually see the original, at least the main thing. And we're actually doing pretty good on time. So I'm going to go ahead, pop this open, and show some of the stuff off. Plus, I kind of want to know what type of sleeves I'm going to need for this. So, dun da da da. You saw me peel the cellophane, so this is, in fact, the first time I am seeing this as well. Ah, all right. So, advertisements for the original Munchkin. It's a fun game. And I'm sure if you're watching this, you've more than likely have played Munchkin, or at least have heard of it. It's a super popular game. One of those things where, yeah, these are all the tokens, and this is an advertisement. But if you're watching this, you more than likely have seen or played or something Munchkin. I had to wet the whistle. All right. So here's the board. It's actually fairly good sized. It looks like it's a 2x2 when fully folded out. So you can see, then here's the other side. Here's the boss. Like I said, I haven't played it. I haven't even watched it. I am super excited about it. But here's all of this. These are what are known as the dashboards. And these are what you use to track life, level, what you're using, and everything else. And then you have one for each character that you're playing. These are, looks like they're Munchkin sized. So, door cards, possibly something else. I am not opening those. And these are treasures. That's how you get your armor and everything. Here's your character rings to tell what color you are. And here is the original set of dice. Like I said, I ordered an extra set because I figured probably better safe than sorry. And I also got the color ones. And then I got the extra villain ones. I like dice. I'm sure everyone here can totally relate. All right. So, I'm guessing the miniatures and everything else are going to be in this box. I'll move this off to the side. And let's see. Oh, ooh, getting excited. Are you getting excited, model workers? I'm getting excited. Ah, yes. Ah, yeah. Buddy, look at that. This is just totally awesome. You got Spike. You got all the other characters. Here's your different villains that you can get. Here's your boss, which, the Minotaur, or and then the dragon. Oh, that is so wicked. Loving it. I want to open the rest of them now, but yeah, this is freaking awesome. Here's the nose. I mean, they definitely need a little bit of cleanup, but what do you expect? A little bit of filling, a little bit of sanding down, but then, paint this green, paint that flesh colored, and it's going to be awesome. Cyclops. When pigs fly. Ah, it just looks wicked. I cannot wait. The chicken. I cannot wait to get a game of this in. It is going to be awesome. So what are your thoughts? Post them in the comments section below. Let me know what you think. Is this something that you're interested in? Is this something that you're going to pick up? Is this something that you already have? Oh, Epic board. That means it goes to higher levels. If it's anything like regular Munchkin. Regular Munchkin runs 1 to 10. Epic takes it up to 20, much like D&D. So I was actually wondering, because the board when it came out was actually pretty nice. I was like, so yeah, Epic board should take you higher than normal. The board actually looks really nice. It's good quality. All of this stuff fits in here nicely. And hitting at about 13-minute mark. All right, so this is closed. I know I've said that I was only going to do the main box, but these other boxes are kind of small. Let's at least open up one of these. Let's snag Cute as a Button. Let's see what Cute as a Button is going to be like, because it's cute as a button. I want to see what these miniatures look like, because I'll be honest, that dragon was a lot bigger than what I thought it was going to be. I mean, a lot bigger. Okay, let's see. Oh, just slides. All right, come on. Come on, I can't. Come on. I want to see your beautifulness. I want to see you. Actually, what the hell? I swear. You just slide it apart. That's what it looks like. There we go. I just didn't want to see the light of day, I guess. Ah, even the inside box. So you got special components, threat cards and characters, and an extra thing. And you have cuteness tokens, so that it's going to play in. Look at this. The box is even great. So here's your cuteness tokens and your cuteness scorecard. Here's the cards that add in, and then here you go, and here's the miniatures that are added. Here's the boss, and here's the 4 additional villains that are part of this. I think they look great. I think they really look great. Now I'm going to have to go, okay, it's a unicorn and is holding a sword. It's about to shank you. That is absolutely hilarious. Really big, fat, rat gremlin looking thing, a baby Cthulhu, a teddy bear. Roar. Okay. Totally digging it. Ah, absolutely amazing looking. So it looks like every expansion has its own little extra add-on that adds to the game. So that's really cool. So you can play, much like of the regular Munchkin, you can play one or all of the different things. I totally forgot to put the cards in. No, don't want them getting separated. All right, so yeah, box of holding. I want to see that. I want to see. And yeah, I know I'm horrible about this. Hey, we're almost done here. But I honestly think that the box of holding is very important now that we've seen what one of the small expansions look like. Let's see what this one. And if it's anything like a normal box of holding that's for Munchkin, then it should have space for everything in it. But honestly, I'm not seeing it. Oh, I just realized what monster is in this, and oh my goodness, I love it. I actually have some signed cards. A buddy of mine, part of Models Workshop UK, he went to a convention and John Klovic was there, and he actually got me 2 different cards signed by him, and they're modified because he likes to put like +1, or it's +5 normal, then adds +10 if it's you know, the person on the thing. Okay, so you got more bookmarks. That's kind of cool. You get more cards, of course. You get different tokens. Okay, no, I'm not imagining things. It's the same thing on both sides. Not entirely sure about that. You get this, which is additional scorecards, armor, and everything else. So it looks like this essentially is another base game, kind of. Except it's missing the dice and the main cards and everything. But it looks like it's built out. It has 2 villains. It has all the heroes again. Maybe the dashboards are slightly different. Oh, this is so freaking cool. Different type, a different dragon. That's just epic. The flippin' gazebo. The gazebo. Do you know about that gazebo story? If not, I'll have to tell you one of these days. So you've got all the character classes. I think you have additional character classes. Then you have a whole bunch of different villains that you can fight against. So I'll give you a second to look at that. This is what comes in the box of holding. It is not like the box of holding that you get from normal Munchkin. It's designed to hold everything. This is, in fact, another expansion that solely adds more villains, more characters, more stuff into the game itself. It's basically like a base box again, except it doesn't have the core base box rules all added into it. So, that's really cool. Really dig that. Put the top back on here. Go add this to the shelf of board games. Here's the epic board to add more levels to it. Side quests. You know, because I know, once again, I'm interested in what is in side quest. So if you're curious about the setup, I have a special grippy mount that's hooked to the shelf above this. I have a little light off to the side. That's why there's a little shadow over here. My apologies. Eventually, I might set up a second light, and this might end up being my... And if it does, I'll make sure to clean all of this up. This was supposed to be temporary, but I'm kind of digging this setup. I've got it hooked to a Blue Yeti mic. The Yeti mic is actually running into my phone. So that's kind of a neat thing. Come on. All right. So this is a medium expansion by the... Ooh. That's the bad part. Don't bump it. You get 4 heroes, so there's additional heroes with the dashboards. 6 roaming monsters. It does not look like there's any bosses. So you get the cards, the threats, the loots, and you get this stuff. I guess these are special side quests, obviously. You get more cards to add to the game. Here is the expansion dashboards, and here are the heroes in gray, and the roaming monsters are in pink. And the bosses, if you hadn't realized, are going to be in red. So there are no monsters, but you do have a Medusa, you do have a Sphinx, a piggy, a skeleton, all that cool stuff. And then you have the expansion character classes. So this is adding your ranger, probably your assassin. It only says ranger on here. Like I said, I'm not going to be opening, but it does add 4 new characters. So that's really cool. Looks like there's a Sphinx platypus thing. All right, so here's that. We have 2 more to go that we have not opened yet. They're both small expansions. And at this point, the completionist in me is saying, just do them. Just do them. And I'm sure you guys are probably like, just do it. You're so close. We'd be pissed if you didn't open the Cthulhu. We'd be pissed if you didn't open up the board silly. We're going to save Cthulhu for last because everyone loves Cthulhu. And everybody includes Cthulhu in everything. So we'll go ahead and see what Steve Jackson's Cthulhu is. This is also where I'm going to be working like on projects. I have my sander over here. I have my... you can see it dangling down there is my Dremel. The motor for the Dremel's up above here. And then, so this is actually going to eventually be my workspace as far as all of like big tooly type, grindy type stuff. Okay. I love these boxes and I hate these boxes. They're nice. They're small. So we get threat cards, loot shells, 5 monsters. It does look like there is a boss in here and all that jazz. Yep, there is a boss. So here's the cards that you get. Here's the wandering monsters to include a big dice. It looks like it's supposed to be a gelatinous cube, except it's done as a D6, so it's a gelatinous D6. Some of these I recognize, some of them I do not. Then, of course, he had like the big gingerbread boss. So that's really cool. And then you have the add-on stuff. So the mini expansions look like they can just be added straight into the normal game with not a lot of oomph. But some of the expansions look like you're going to need to pull them out unless you just want a big, serious. One thing I've noticed is that you cannot play with all the expansions all the time because the interactions go kind of dumb. Like, you'll have cards that interact between 2 Pretty Princess cards, and you have like 4,000 cards, and there's only 15 Pretty Princess cards in those 2,000. So you never get any type of interaction, or it's so rare that it's not worth it. So it's only worth it if you're going to buy like, you're only going to put like the base expansion and like expansion 2, 4, and 5, and then maybe Pretty Princess, or just run base with the Over the Shark or Pretty Princess or whatever expansion. So once again, you're looking at the threat cards, Madness tokens, so that's something new. You got the loot cards, empty room, 7 monsters, and there is monsters and a boss. Here's your Madness tokens. Seems like every time that there's a Cthulhu, there's always some sort of madness incorporated. Here is the different cards you get, and oh my goodness. All right, so I'm gonna have to take this out and apart. And this is what I thought. It's taped. Damn it. Untape thyself. Give me Cthulhu. Damn it. They definitely did not want this coming apart in shipment. That is for damn sure. There we go. It's like all folded under and everything else. All right. First of all, this dude is just awesome. So it's a roaming monster, and he's actually quite large. And holy crap, look at Cthulhu. Look at Cthulhu. I don't have small hands. This thing is huge. Look at Cthulhu. Oh, that is just totally wicked. So here this is. So, end feelings on it. I'm totally stoked that I got this. I love Munchkin. Little sad that it was Cool Mini who got the license. They do make good board games, but they also have a history of dropping games once they get done with them. So I'm hoping that we get more expansions, but I'm not going to hold my breath. There are probably like 5 more expansions that I just don't know about. Hey, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for coming and watching. I'm going to go ahead and set this back up real quick. You can go and find us at models-workshop.com. You can find our podcast on all the different ways to listen, or most of the different ways to listen to it, at models-workshop.com/podcast. You can find all our different socials there as well. You can find us at MWAH Podcast. That's MWAH Podcast. And you can find that on the Twitter. You can find that on Instagram. You can find me personally at Killian Irish Red on Snapchat. Not Snapchat. Actually, yeah, on Snapchat. But you can also find me there at TikTok too. Yes, I talk the ticks. But I'm going to go ahead and snap a quick picture for the thumbnail, because you got to have a thumbnail. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I plan on doing these more, especially since all I got to do is hook my phone up, hook the mic up, and ready to rock and roll. And I'm going to get some better lights and clean this area up a little bit. But thanks. Hey, hope you like it.